You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
It's hard to believe that it has been 25 years since Ian Thorpe, just 17 years old at the time, lit up the Sydney Olympics pool in a way that captured the imagination of the entire world. On September 16, 2000, Thorpe delivered one of the most unforgettable performances in Australian sporting history. First came the 400 meters freestyle, where he stormed home to claim gold in front of a roaring home crowd. Then, barely an hour later, he was back in the water, anchoring Australia's men's 4x100 meters freestyle relay. Against the mighty Americans, Thorpe surged past Gary Hall Jr. in the final 15 meters, sealing a famous victory that was instantly etched into Olympic folklore. His teammates celebrated with their now iconic air guitar routine, mocking Hall's boast that the USA would smash Australia like guitars. From the outside, Thorpe looked invincible. He was a teenager with size 17 feet, a prodigy who had already become a world champion at 15, and now the star of what would be hailed as the best games ever. But behind the medals and the smile, Thorpe was wrestling with something few knew about. In the days following Sydney's closing ceremony, as fireworks lit the sky and fighter jets roared above the stadium, Thorpe privately thought to himself, "Okay, that's enough for me. I've done everything I set out to do." For a fleeting moment, he considered retiring before his 18th birthday. His childhood dream had always been simple: to be an Olympian, and, if lucky enough, to become an Olympic champion. By Sydney's end, he had achieved all of it: 3 gold medals, 2 silvers, and a place in history. The fame, however, was suffocating. Overnight, he lost anonymity. Strangers constantly told him their personal, "I was there" stories. Some delayed flights just to watch his races. One woman even claimed she gave birth while cheering him on. Thorpe could only laugh, replying, "Why were you watching?" The pressure had been immense even before the games began. Less than a year earlier, he broke his leg. He faced public accusations of doping from a rival coach. And, as the overwhelming favorite in the 400 meters, he felt the heavy expectation of a nation. He admitted that doubts lingered, until the roar of the Sydney crowd gave him the split-second lift he needed to flick into race mode. Even the relay wasn't smooth sailing. A last-minute swimsuit issue nearly kept him from the blocks. But the victories came, and with them, the legend of the Torpedo was born. Still, the young champion needed space. What ultimately drew him back to swimming wasn't the lure of more medals, but the experiences he discovered beyond the pool during a post-Olympics break. That wider world gave him the perspective and motivation to continue. Looking back now, Thorpe calls that first night of Sydney, 2000, the most memorable of his career. It wasn't just about medals. It was about the magic of a moment that defined a generation. Yet it's remarkable to think that, at the very height of glory, Australia's greatest swimmer almost walked away. Stay subscribed for more videos.